Hi, thank you so much for watching our channel, and today we're going to share with you one of the most precious treasures in the school. This makimono you're seeing today is the IJUTSU makimono. IJUTSU means medicine or healing art. Of course, this medicine has to be understood as the way the ancient Shisen deal with illness and deal with body problems. Of course, they didn't have the technology or the knowledge that we have today. But if you see how it is structured, you will see how magnificent was their observation about human body and how it relates with the surrounding. The IJUTSU makimono, it's written in a really old Japanese. It's beyond Nihongo. So we used a special translation that comes from persons on the embassy to understand all the words that are here. But it is divided in three main paths. So you will see here Ishiban no Mishi, Niban no Mishi, and Sanban no Mishi. So the three paths, the first, the second, and the third one. You will see several subjects on this makimono that goes from diagnosis using the pulse and herbology. You will see how elongations and tractions on the body can help on human health. We need to position ourselves in the geography and in the historical moment of these people in order to understand why they developed this particular knowledge. They used the elements as we use it on the Bugei techniques. Some of you will know about the different breathing that we have on fire and water and air. Also, some of the watchers of this video has read the Gorin no Sho, the Book of the Five Rings, that also have the elements. It is important to understand that the elements that are expressed here are not exactly the same that the elements that or are not used in the same way that the traditional Chinese medicine use the elements. So it's a particular way the Shisen used to understand and to apply their concepts into their into the techniques and protocols to help people to heal. Today we're going to see one of the three main aspects of IJUTSU. The three main aspects of IJUTSU are Anma, Doin, and acupuncture. Today we're going to speak about Anma. Anma comes from An, that can be read osa.eru, that comes from hold. And Ma, it can be read as ma.suru, and it's translated as to rub and to polish. So it's like to hold and polish, to hold and rub. And you will see during the videos how it is related to the actual manipulation of human joints, muscles, and bones. in order to see why they are holding and rubbing or polishing. One of the main characteristics of Anma comes from the idea that human body develops from the spinal cord, with the first thing that in some way define that we are vertebrates when we are just starting as a small package of cells, and then muscles, and finally the skin. So in this order, Anma develops different techniques and protocols to help to heal. So the first thing that we can say about the Anma is the work with the bones. In this particular category, we are going to deal with the fact that the human body is bipedal. So we need to go with using our 2 feet. In that way, our bone structure has to be aligned in a certain way, and has to be some balance and movement between joints and weight. The first diagnosis and protocols developed in Anma has to deal with arrange and to align bones in a way that allows better symmetry and a better weight and tension distribution in the body. You can make some simile between Anma and some physiotherapy today. Of course, are not the same. We're not suggesting that this is a particular medicine treatment that is going to be used today. What we're saying is that the knowledge of the Shizen people were developed in that way because, of course, they were living in a particular environment when they need to train really hard. They really had a lot of wars, so of course they sustain blows, they sustain a lot of tension, they have to work really hard. So the first thing they do is try to align the body. So it's like a car. If you have a crash, the first thing you have to do is to align the wheels. So in that way, all the system can go in the same direction. Also, there are not only the biomechanical aspect to be aligned and the biomechanical aspect to have the functionality of the joints. Also, it's the key aspect, so the energy aspect that deals with the fact that when the bones and joints are aligned and are in a particular position, the energy can flow through that. That's the first concept. Then we can go to the muscles, and then we can go to the skin. We have the elements superimposed to these concepts. For example, when we're dealing with the bones, we can have water, or the element water that is categorized as the traction that we're going to do in some joints. Then we can have the fire, when we have rotation that can generate heat. Of course, we can also have to put the bones in its place, or rejo, when we are in some way categorizing air. And when we are changing position of the person in the floor, making several rotations, which are not the anatomical position, we're dealing with the element earth. So, in that way, using traction, rotations, and putting the bones and the joints in the right position, they start to see that the person regenerates against blows or a lot of tension that has been sustained maybe for hard work to take a lot of weight. They see that the person has some sign of relief using that. Of course, then we are going to deal with the muscles, and we're going to deal with the skin, we're going to deal with the blood. The elements and the way we use the element, the pressure, the vibration, are going to change depending on which kind of tissues we are dealing with. Of course, there is also what kind of food we can have in order to, for example, we can have something that is really swallow, and then we need to make that energy move because it's completely stagnated here. So we need to make some kind of massage following certain parallels and meridians around the body to relieve the energy there. And then of course it's a lot of energy, so it's a yang energy. So we need to eat something that can in some way balance the excess of energy in one point. So using these concepts of bones, muscles, and skin, superimposing several protocols related with the elements, and taking into consideration that the unbalance in our body come from something that it's full or something that it's completely void. We need to put something where it's void and we need to remove when it's too full, so to attain certain balance. Using all that tools, they develop a myriad of protocols, positions in order to structure these ideas. So I really hope that this information is helpful and can in some way inspire people, because it's a really interesting knowledge, and I'm really glad to be here today and share this with you. So thank you so much.